Hi, this is Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book on tape to play for you. Today, book of Dinosaur in McDonaldland from 1989. So let's get started.
Hi, boys and girls. This is Ronald McDonald coming to you all the way from McDonaldland. Do you know what time it is? It's time to read along with Ronald. This story is about a dinosaur. That's right, a real live dinosaur right here in McDonaldland. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get on with our story. Oops, I almost forgot. Every time you hear this sound, it's time to turn the page. Oh, don't turn it yet. That was just practice. Now, on with the story. One day in McDonaldland, Birdie the Early Bird, Grimace, and Hamburglar went to see the professor. When they got to the professor's house, they saw a big blue box in the yard.
Golly, Professor,
Said Birdie.
I've never seen such a big box.
It's my newest invention, said the professor. I call it a time-o-matic techno clock. You can just call it a time machine. The professor's time machine had 100 different buttons and a long red lever. Above the lever was the word past. Below the lever was the word future. On top of the professor's time machine was a shiny brass pipe. Every so often, steam would come out of the pipe and make a sound like whoosh. Everyone looked at the professor's time machine in wonder. Let's go for a picnic, said the professor. Then I'll tell you how I invented this stupendous example of technological wizardry. So they all went to the park to have lunch. Since Hamburglar was there, everyone had to keep an eye on their hamburgers. All of a sudden, a strange creature came out of the woods. It was green with purple spots. It was as tall as a house and as long as 3 buses.
Is it a monster?
Asked Birdie. Birdie, you know there are no such things as monsters, said the professor. That, my dear, is a dinosaur,
But I thought dinosaurs lived only in the past.
said Birdie. That's true, said the professor. I wonder how a dinosaur got into McDonaldland. Suddenly, the professor's light bulb lit up. I know, said the professor. I forgot to turn off my time machine. I'll bet that's how the dinosaur got here from the past. Suddenly, the dinosaur made a strange noise. Eeyore! Everyone hid under the picnic blanket. Just because someone is bigger than us or different from us doesn't mean we should be afraid of him, said the professor. I'll put on my ultrasonic translators, said the professor. Then we will understand what the dinosaur is saying. The dinosaur made the strange noise again. He's saying hello, explained the professor. The dinosaur made a sound something like a dog barking. He says his name is Rocky, said the professor. The dinosaur made a sound that was like a sneeze, only much louder. He seemed to be smiling. He says he wants to play with us, said the professor. Now that everyone knew what the dinosaur was saying, no one was afraid of him. They saw that even though he was different from them, the dinosaur could still be their friend. Rocky the dinosaur was lots of fun to play with. He let everyone climb up his long neck and slide down his long tail. He gave them rides around the park, and when Grimace's kite got stuck in a tree, Rocky was the only one who could get it down. Rocky seemed very happy in McDonaldland, but one day, Birdie thought Rocky looked sad.
What's wrong, Rocky?
Asked Birdie. Rocky said that he liked McDonaldland a lot, but he missed his mom and dad and his brothers and sisters. When Birdie saw how much Rocky wanted to go home, she wanted to help him. So she asked the captain if he would take Rocky home on his ship. "Aye, lass," said the captain. "I'll take Rocky home." But when the captain looked at his map, he could not find a place called the past.
Maybe the professor can help Rocky get home,
said Bertie. Everyone thought that was a good idea, so they went to see the professor. "There is only one way for Rocky to get back to the past," said the professor. "He has to go back the way he came, in the time machine." The professor turned on his big blue time machine. Steam came out of the big brass pipe, and its lights started flashing green, orange, red, and yellow. The professor told Rocky to stand next to the time machine. "Stand back, everyone," said the professor. "The time machine is ready to send Rocky home." The professor pushed up the long red lever so that it was pointing to the word past. Suddenly there was a loud whoosh and a big puff of smoke. When the smoke cleared, Rocky was gone.
We didn't get to say goodbye,
said Bertie. "Wait," said the professor. "I'll turn on my time television." He pushed a button, and suddenly they could all see Rocky and his family on the big screen of the time machine. Rocky said he was happy to be back home in the past with his family. Then he roared a big goodbye to his friends. "Goodbye, Rocky," everyone said. Their big friend would always have a big place in their hearts. Boy, wasn't that a neat story? What would you do if you came face to face with a dinosaur? Would you be afraid? Oh, not anymore, right? Now you know that just because someone is bigger than you or looks different, you don't have to be afraid of them. In fact, you might even end up being friends. I had so much fun reading that story, I feel like listening to a song. Why don't you try to sing along?
Rocky the dinosaur came from the past. The professor's time machine brought him here fast. Just because Rocky was big and green, people were afraid he might be mean. But when they heard him say hello, oh, 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 how they loved him so, they discovered in the end that even a dinosaur can be a friend. How do you make friends with a dinosaur? When he says hello, he goes roar, roar, roar. How do you make friends with a dinosaur? If he came to your house, you wouldn't fit through the door. Now Rocky's not like other folks, you know. He makes a lot of noise and moves real, real slow. But just because he's different from you and me, he can still be the best friend you'll ever see.
What happened? We have to learn how, Les. Have you ever watched the story? What happened to the dinosaur? Tell us.
Everyone loved him now, he was their friend. But his time in McDonaldland just had to end. Rocky was homesick for the past. How could his friends help him get home fast? He couldn't get there by ship or by car. It seemed that the past was just much, much too far. Then the professor with his time machine sent Rocky back in a big puff of steam. How do you make friends with a dinosaur? When he says hello, he goes roar, roar, roar. How do you make friends with a dinosaur? If he came to your house, you wouldn't fit through the door. Now Rocky's not like other folks, you know. He makes a lot of noise and moves real, real slow. But just because he's different from you and me, he can still be the best friend you'll ever see. But just because he's different from you and me, he can still be the best friend, the very best friend. He can still be the best friend you'll ever see.
So long for now, everybody. Hope you had fun singing along.
So that was Dinosaur in McDonaldland from 1989. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day. And our next book will be Whoops. The day Birdie the early bird learnt to fly.